Hey, what's up out there? Links Clown video here. Some stuff I want to talk about that I saw in the news lately about the riots over in London. I don't really know much about what's going on over there, but I saw what had to be the most messed up thing ever. The college kid obviously, probably let's say 18 to 20 something or another, busted job, bleeding from the mouth, and had a backpack on, and it looked like all these people were going to help him, and it turns out they go over there and they ruffle through his backpack and steal shit and just basically send him on his way. That got me thinking today about a few things. Number one, it got me thinking about, where humanity's going. I want to say humanity in a way is not even human anymore. We're becoming more and more animal-like. It's really disturbing to know that you get a kid that's bleeding from the mouth and he goes and sits there and he's trying to get help and someone mugs him, dude, Sorry, my son's just being a punk. 1 second. Go. So anyway, terrible cheese, man. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to know that there are people out there that are willing to take advantage of people like that, I'm not saying that riots are the best way to get attention, but I'm saying that it is a way to get yourself notarized and noted, that there's something out there you want to get. Usually it starts off, it's mob mentality, basically. What it starts off as, we want this, we want that, we won't rest till we get it, blah, blah, blah. It turns into one dipshit throwing a rock through a window, turning over a car, setting it on fire, blah, blah. And then you got people that don't even know what the fight is for, jumping in and just being like, hey, let's go cause mayhem and just burn shit and whatnot. And, you guys just really hurt yourself when you're doing that kind of crap. On that note, I'd like to think that, with all the turmoil that's been going around with the world basically, with the riots, I'm pretty sure USA is going to see a pretty bad riot pretty soon. And the reason I say this is because the government has pushed its people to the breaking point. I mean, can you honestly say making a minimum wage job, even with tips if you work as a waiter or waitress or whatever, can you say you can honestly live on $8.75 an hour? Can you say you can have a house, you can have food in the fridge, and you can possibly raise a child if you have one? There's no way in hell you can do it at $8.75 an hour. After taxes, you're looking at $8. Figure if you work a 40-hour week, it's like what, $300 and some in your pocket, and then you got your rent for your apartment or your mortgage or whatever else, and then all the other little side shit. So the government has really pushed its people to the breaking point, and I think, and this is totally one of my off-the-wall predictions, I think the next world war that we have, World War III now, will probably be the people versus governments, and the people will unite to fight the governments around the world. Excuse me. So I'm kind of watching the news lately and really looking at stuff and just seeing what's going on in society, and that's pretty much my view on where things have gone, where things are going, is I really see everybody kind of teaming up and just saying, what, screw governments in general, they're more for themselves than the little guy, or however you want to put it. The bottom line is government's for government, people are for people, and that's going to cause a lot of turmoil. Other news, if you don't know and you're a Facebook fan, you're screwed. Coming up on, I think they said November 5th, the hacker group Anonymous is aiming to take down Facebook if Facebook doesn't change its ways. totally love it. You know, I use Facebook, but I totally understand where Anonymous is coming on this one. You know, it's not one of those things where it's just a bunch of people like, hey, let's go ahead and just do this and just be complete dicks about it. They're actually fighting for something that I believe is totally right. What Facebook is doing is wrong. It stores your data. You know, every little tweet or, you know, update, whatever you want to call them, you put in there, Facebook stores it. And then the topper, if the government wants it, they have 100% access to it. No joke. Let's just say, for example, you're a drug dealer, okay? Take something small. You're a drug dealer, and you put on there, I have the best buds in Cali, but then you delete your Facebook account. Let's say you deleted it, you know, 10 years ago, even though Facebook wasn't around. Facebook will still dig up your data if the government asks for it and send it to their ass with a pretty pink bow. And I think what Anonymous is doing is awesome. I think that people really do need to realize that there is some stuff you should share and there is some stuff you shouldn't share. My profile pretty much, you know, is all private. Even though my information is in there, it's not public to you guys. I'm not the kind of person to say I live at 123 Street, I work at blah, 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 you know, that kind of stuff. The reason being is because I don't think that's something that everyone should have access to, you know. More or less, it's for, I'll say, bill collectors, bosses. Everybody uses Facebook now. You hear about it all the time. Some dumbass saying, my boss is the biggest dickhole in the world, and they get fired. Why? Because their boss is on their fucking friends list or their account's not private. Well, I mean, if you're doing illegal activities or whatnot, or the government has an interest in you, Facebook will give it to them with open arms. And I think Anonymous is really pointing out a good flaw in their system. They haven't said what they were going to do yet. They just kind of said they were going to destroy Facebook, which could be a number of things. But I suggest that if you have stuff on there that you don't want destroyed, you better start backing it up quick, because Facebook is not budging on this one. There's no signs of them budging. And on top of that, it looks like that Anonymous is pretty serious about this. They've taken down websites like the CIA, stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure Facebook is just Mickey Mouse bullshit to them. So if you want it, you better save it. You got till November 5th. I might be wrong on the date. Don't criticize me on that one. Save your stuff to your desktop, and you should always back your stuff up on disk in case, you know, your computer's lost, stolen, catching on fire, virus, whatever, you know. That box is pretty much my life, but when it's gone, you know, like all my kids' pictures on there and everything else. Let's see, what else is there? An update with Jose, the homeless guy. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go over to TrueJuggalofamily.com and read up on, it's called Some Thoughts. It was posted by me. Long story short, work with this guy named, well, I don't work with him, he's a homeless guy, but he comes over and he helps me do what I do, and which I work at a recycling facility. I can't say where because, you know, I don't want to lose my job. But the thing is that Jose doesn't do it. He doesn't get paid. He's homeless. He basically does it because he's bored. Well, anyway, long story short, he was helping someone, and I caught it just in time to see someone spit in Jose's face, which kind of threw me off the rocker. Number one, you don't spit in a man's face. Number two, you don't spit in a man's face who's just trying to help you. You know, that's just complete bullshit. And honestly, I wish at the time, like, I would have just punched the guy. I seriously, like, felt that much about it, because it was beyond messed up. You know, I would never do that to someone. I would never spit in someone's face. You know, it's just wrong. It's disrespectful. It's wrong on so many levels. Anyway, update on Jose. He got a kind of a part-time house. It's a pretty good deal from my understanding. He sleeps in a garage. It's air conditioning. It's around the valley, and it's like 100 and something outside. He has access to clean water, facilities, that kind of stuff. It's just the garage is kind of like his area. No drinking, no drugs. He's allowed to drink when he wants to, but he can't do it on the premises of his house or this guy's house. I think is totally awesome because it kind of teaches, you know, him restraint, respect, that kind of thing. He's doing good. I saw him today and he got enough money and he said he was going to take a bus and go do something. He speaks Spanish. I don't speak any Spanish, so language barriers there. But he sounded pretty excited about where he was going, so I don't know if he's going to look for a job or a house or whatever, but he's doing good. Other than that, my son, who's been hovering over here for 20 minutes, wants to say hi, so hold on, okay? Come here.
Hi.
That's Chaos, my firstborn. I have a daughter too. Chaos is awesome, you know why? Because he can say whoop whoop. He's kind of shy. He's been hovering around. He wants to say hi to everybody out there, so can you say hi? Say thank you. Say watch more of Daddy's videos. And say subscribe. He's like a virtual little dictionary. You say any word, meteorite. We'll say it, watch. Can you say meteorite?
Meteorite.
Any word you can think of. His favorite word to say is eat ass. We let him say it because it's just so damn funny. Tell everybody out there eat ass.
Yeah.
And tell them, say good night. Blow him kisses. And say thank you. Now tell him real close, say eat ass.
Eat ass.
If you haven't seen his video, check it out. He's got his headbanging video.
Yeah.